Have you ever noticed that once something's on your mind, you suddenly see it everywhere? That's not a coincidence. That's your brain's reticular activating system doing its job. And it's really important that you understand how it works and what to do with it. I'm Dr. Denim Slade, and building on my 30 years of experience, I've developed the new core personality model to help you authentically incorporate you into your life and relationships. The Reticular Activating System, or RAS, does not filter truth. It does not just let in things that are accurate and keep things out that aren't. That is not what its job is or how it works. The RAS is wired to filter for consistency. Let me say that again. The RAS filters for consistency, not truth and not accuracy. My daughter Rachel had a great example of this just last week. She was in a car accident, thankfully minor, no injuries, nobody was hurt. But the whole experience was super stressful. and overwhelming. The tow truck, the insurance, the other driver, the police, getting back to their house, a rental car, the emotional whiplash of the entire ordeal, all of it. Well, she drives a gray Toyota Sienna, and she said that the very next day, she saw 5 gray Siennas on the road. 5. Now, did 5 more people suddenly go out and buy the exact same van overnight? No, of course they didn't. But now that her brain had flagged gray Sienna as important, her RAS started filtering for it. To me, here's what's crazy. Your reticular activating system is like the bouncer at the door of your brain, and it's not checking IDs for truth. It is not asking, is this belief healthy? Is this going to be helpful? Will this serve her? Again, it's not even asking, is this idea even accurate? No. It's just scanning your internal guest list, scanning your thoughts, and asking what's on the VIP list tonight. Then it goes out into the world and starts letting in any data that supports it, or any data that might even be close enough to confirm or support what is subconsciously relevant to you at any given time. If your brain believes I'm a failure, the RAS starts filtering in every late bill, every unfinished task, every disappointed look. And of course, your brain isn't trying to hurt you. What it's doing is trying to prove you right. It's just doing its job. That is what the reticular activating system does. Of the literally millions of data points swirling around us every single day, the RAS automatically filters out the overwhelming majority of the stimulus surrounding us. And unless you learn how to direct the process, the RAS automatically filters out the overwhelming majority of the stimulus surrounding you. And it lets in the stuff that it thinks you're looking for. Oh, you think nobody likes you? Let me support that with any and everything that could confirm that. Look, she didn't even say hi to you. Did you notice that they were talking about a trip that you don't know anything about? Did you notice how your boss asked so-and-so to do that important thing that needed to be done? Or if you happen to think that you're fat or unattractive, your reticular activating system is like, oh, what can we do to support her in this? Look how if you hold your head at just the right angle, you have a double chin. Don't these pants feel tighter than the last time I put them on? Did you see how your husband noticed how skinny and cute the waitress is? All of these things are examples of your RAS trying to prove you right. So I want you to think about that for a minute. What you focus on isn't just what you notice. It becomes what your brain actively looks for. And it does not care whether the thought is true, only whether it's familiar. So what does that mean? It means that if you're carrying around old scripts, I'm not good enough, I mess everything up, people don't really like me, your brain will go out of its way to find the evidence around you to back that belief up. Okay, so what can you do about this process that most people are completely unaware of? First, you have to know and understand what's going on. That is exactly why I'm making this video. I really want to help you get how this process works. I want you to understand what your brain is doing for or to you so that you can start controlling what gets on your radar. That way you can start noticing your reticular activating system doing its job. As you're able to recognize this process, it will open up some space and room so that you can stop just taking whatever your RAS is letting through the door as the gospel truth. Then You can start changing what's on that mental guest list in your head. You can interrupt the invisible loop that your brain's been running on autopilot up to now. But first, you've got to recognize what the beliefs are that your RAS is working to protect. One of the very best tools that I've developed to try to help you with this process is the core personality model. Why, you might ask? Because most of us have very skewed views about ourselves. Very few of us actually feel really good about ourselves, or even have positive things about ourselves on that list of data that we really would like to make sure that our brains don't miss. It's super important that you get more of those things on the VIP list of, hey, brain, make sure to take these guys to the front of the line and get them right in. What we're looking for is more things like this. Hey, did you notice a smile on her face when she saw that you were here? You know what? It was really nice for her to stop and say hello when you were outside putting that stuff in the car. Did you notice how easy it was for you to see how those different programs can work together to save the company so much money? Did you notice how much the stress level went down when you jumped in to help? And please note that the data is there already. This is not about making things up or contorting things to convince yourself that something that isn't true is true. The data is already there. Your brain is just filtering it out and not letting it in. You've just had a really persistent bouncer guarding the wrong list. All I'm talking about here is learning how to focus on the data that you want to be looking at, instead of what your RAS decides on its own as it does its very best to prove you right. If you take the core assessment at whatsmycore.com, you will start learning about some of the truly amazing things about your temperament, who you naturally are, and what you uniquely do that other people don't. It helps you uncover the real script that your brain is using, whether you're aware of it or not. If this resonated, hit the like button and subscribe. We're here every single day exploring how your mind, your wiring, and your personality shape your reality. And please, put on your guest list the understanding that your brain isn't trying to sabotage you. It's just doing what it thinks you asked it to do. Maybe it's time to give it better instructions. Your brain is super powerful. Let's teach it how to serve you.